Hi, I'm Becky Brodier, Andover High School principal, and today we celebrate our honors graduates and our academic letter winners. We'll hear from two speakers today, Mackenzie Mittinen, our student council president, and Andover High School teacher Rob Ellis. Enjoy our program and congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Mrs. Brodier. Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for being here. I'm incredibly honored to be speaking to you tonight. Throughout the craziness that is our current reality, I am so glad we could still find a time to gather and celebrate. I first off would like to congratulate all of our honors graduates. It was 4 short years ago when we first graced Andover High School with our presence. In that time, you've proven yourselves to be intelligent and diligent students. You have helped carry on Andover High School's legacy of excellence. I know this is not how you envisioned tonight, but please do not let this negate your achievement. You all have accomplished a lot in this time, and you should be very proud of yourselves. To the parents, guardians, family members, and friends of the honors graduates, I would also like to extend a congratulations to you. A teacher I had in elementary school had a poster on her wall that said, "It takes a village to raise a child." I think about this quote often. Thank you for creating a village for these students, a positive and encouraging place for them to grow. Your nurturing and guidance has gotten all these students to where they are today. To the teachers, staff, and administrators, thank you for your continuous support over the past 13 years, getting the students to where they are today. You are also a large part of our village. You've made a profound impact on our lives, and it is unlikely that we will forget you anytime soon. And finally, I would like to speak directly to my classmates. This is not the way any of us imagined ending our senior year, but thank you all for taking it in stride and making the absolute best of it. On the first day of school, I told you all that I had no doubt we would continue Andover's rich history of excellence in academics, athletics, and in the arts. All of you have exceeded my expectations. It's been a true honor to be your class president this year, and I am so proud of each and every one of you. I wish you all nothing but the best. And now I would like to introduce Mr. Ellis to share a few words.
Andover class of 2020. Honors, high honors, and highest honors. I want you to know that I'm honored to be able to sit here and be asked to sit here and speak with you today. And quite frankly, feel overwhelmed, felt very unworthy of this honor, especially since I know there are so many teachers in this building who care and love you guys so much that could have had this opportunity and should have had this opportunity. And also thinking of your parents and your guardians and your relatives and your other loved ones who've poured into you, not just last year or the last 4 years, but the last 18 years, who love you and care about you. And I was like, man, I am just not worthy of this. And I was sent a list of names. So I started scrolling through the names of those in the honors and the high honors and the highest honors. And those names started filtering into faces for me. And then those faces into memories. Memories of in the classroom, outside the classroom, stories of what we've done together. And I started realizing that if I didn't accept this opportunity, I'd be super hypocritical. Especially with all the times I know I've challenged you and pushed you to come outside your comfort zones. It's like, all right, I'm in. So what I want to say to you, Andover class of 2020, is I'm so proud of you. One of the coolest things about this recognition, the honors, the high honors, and the highest honors, is not just a quiz, a test, a trimester, a class, a year. It is not just 1, 2, 3, but 4 years of hard work. Okay, maybe 3.5 years of hard work for some of you, but we'll say 4. 4 years of hard work, time commitment, looking at your priorities and trying to fit in school. What does that look like? And then being responsible for those priorities. And then facing life challenges, not just at home, but at school and personal and social and all the other pieces that fit in. How do they fit into those priorities? And then taking responsibility for them. And then growth. I think we all want to grow, but growth is hard. Whether it be small growth or a lot of growth, it's hard. And my hope is what you take away from these 4 years is all these experience that you've gained can help bring wisdom because you've gained resilience. And your resilience might look different from somebody else's resilience, but we've all went through hard stuff and gained resilience from this time. So as we look back, let's look at those experiences and figure out, what did I push and challenge myself and go through? What are these resilience pieces that I have as I move forward? What abilities did I gain? So once again, as I was scrolling through these names and I was starting to see the stories, and remember the stories of you guys and who you are and what you've told me about, and then some of the stories that I never got a chance to hear that I wish I did. Reminded me a little bit of sitting in your shoes and my story. My story might be similar to some of yours, or maybe very different. But for me, it starts in a small town of Matamidi. Graduated 260 people, so still smaller than Andover here. But it starts because in elementary school, I was held back. And being in a small town, everybody knows everything about everyone, good or bad, which I'm sure you've experienced. And so every year I was reminded of that, especially with sports, when I always had to play up because of my age. But I was not in that grade. And then through this time of being an impulsive, hyper energetic individual, I found that I have diagnosed ADHD. No surprise to most of you. I had other learning disabilities, including one of reading, which still scares me today, reading. And so I had a challenge ahead of me. I got put into the special ed department, which these people who care so much about us were pouring in to teach me how to understand my gifts and learn with those gifts, use those gifts and focus on them as learning how the ability of learning can spur me forward. And what is my ability to learn? How do I do that? And that led me to finally in sixth grade testing at grade level so I could get into a mainstream class and stay in it for all day. But it didn't stop there because once again, I had to keep learning to keep up. I remember in middle school, parents knew the principal by first name basis, not because we knew him outside of school. I took track just so I didn't have to tell my parents I had detention again. Turns out I wasn't fooling them. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And I had this teacher in eighth grade. Her name was Mrs. Goodrich, who was just a strong country woman, drove an hour in from her farm just to teach. And somehow, some way, she got me. She understood me. And she wouldn't take my crap. She saw my potential. And she wouldn't let me not live into it. She knew I had this keen ability to learn that showed all over the place and in sports and all my other activities besides school. And she showed me how I could take that ability to learn and apply it. And if I did, with some work and some effort, the sky's the limit. So moving forward into there, I found that changed my history, or changed my future. I ended up graduating fourth in my class at Matamidi High School. But I was so done with learning at that point. I was like, I'm out, I'm done. I wish I could say right now, your learning is done. But it's not. Because after that, my parents convinced me to go to school for football, which eventually drugged me to college. And I was able to graduate in 4 years with a physics degree from Bethel University. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done learning. I can't wait to move on. And then between jobs and internships and working in North Minneapolis in a school, I realized I needed to go back to grad school so I could teach more learning. And then once I was done with grad school, I was like, yes, I got a job. I was teaching in this district. More learning. And then I got married. More learning. And then we moved overseas to the Dominican Republic. And let me tell you, more learning. And then we went back to the US. More learning. And then I finally got a house up here in Andover where I was sit for a while. I was like, oh, I'm done learning. And then I had kids. More learning. And then I got the chance to teach a ton of different classes, as you guys know. More learning. What I found is that the ability to learn that I've had and that I worked into and learned these skills for was actually the driving piece between all of what I was chasing and wanting to do. And it really kind of brought us to this last trimester, this distance learning. I think across the board, when we heard distance learning, we all were like, oh, crap, for a lot of different reasons. One, we knew it was going to be hard. I knew it was going to take effort. I knew it was going to take time. I knew it was going to take self-motivation. And I was being challenged once again to learn. And I think all of your staff were all different places on this, but I think we all started coming back to the idea of we are going to need to lean on our abilities to learn for you because we cared about you, because we loved you, and we knew we were going to challenge you to keep learning. And as a student body, I know that this last trimester during distance learning was different for you. It was not your plan. I'm sure it's not how you envisioned this year ending. But we knew you could. We knew you had the ability. We knew you were worth it. We knew you were capable, and we knew you were worth it. So, Andover class of 2020, we are honored to be challenged for you. As a staff and as individuals, we are proud of being challenged what we put together for you in hopes that you hear a couple key things. One of them, never stop being curious. Never stop being passionate. Never stop dreaming. What we found that kind of links all those things together, at least in my life, was never stop learning. Because you're so capable. You have so much ability. And you are so worth it. You are so worth it. So Andover, class of 2020, honors, highest honors. I'm so proud of you. So proud of what you've put in. And may that carry you forward with these abilities that you've learned, to focus on the ability of never stop learning. And I am confident to say, I'm so excited to now live and learn alongside of you out in our community, whatever you go forth to do. Proud of you. You're worth it. You're worth it. Thank you, Andover class of 2020.